Here's a big number, $188 million. That's how much Canadians have lost to online scams so far this year alone, and that number is going up by the day. And the biggest target is seniors.
Adam Evans with Royal Bank of Canada joins us to chat about one of the most prevalent scams they are seeing and how you can protect yourself. And this one, welcome Adam, this one is a big one, and we talk about it quite a bit on the show, and we just see headlines all the time about this, and this is the grandparent scam.
So the grandparent scam has really, I would say, emerged, in the last few years, has really become prevalent. And what's really industrializing, I think, the use of this scam is artificial intelligence. More and more of our young people are putting information online. Things like TikTok Reels, Instagram. That information is being collected by bad guys, criminals, and they're using that to create these more believable scams. And when you think about, the older generations in our families, one of the things that creates the most anxiety for them is the protection of their family, protection of their grandchildren. So, as this grandparent scam unfolds, you receive an inbound call from a threat actor. They've cloned the voice of the grandchild, obviously, and they tell a story. They've been in an accident, they're in hospital, they've been arrested. And it becomes very, very believable when the content sounds like the grandchild. And then obviously it starts there. Then you have the payment demand that comes in, and that gets reinforced with a follow-up phone call from the threat actors again, claiming to be the lawyer, the doctor, the police officer, whatever the case may be. And obviously that sort of throws the grandparent into a bit of a tailspin, creates some anxiety for them, and that vulnerability is really what this scam is designed to bring out in the situation and get them tricked into making a decision that they would probably otherwise not do.
Yeah, any scam really is distasteful, but this one is particularly so because it is preying on our seniors who are vulnerable at times. So how do you protect against this, Adam? Is there any steps that you can take?
So the first thing that I like to do, and I've got a 76-year-old mother, we had this conversation, and the first thing you really need to do is take a breath, and that's anybody with a scam. I think the challenge that we're all going through, whether it's grandparents or any other scam, is we're getting inundated. There is no ebb and flow anymore. It is constant, and it is, I think people are just getting overwhelmed by the amount of scams that we see. That's the industrialization part that we're seeing with threat actors. It's coming every day, all day. So the taking a breath is really about stepping back, looking at the situation. What are they asking you to do? And when I talk to people that have been, successfully compromised or scammed, most of the time they know that something isn't right, but they haven't taken a breath and really sort of thought about the situation that somebody is trying to place them into. So the taking of the breath is the first thing. Think about it. The second thing is just hang the phone up. And you can start the call back to the loved one. You can call a family member. You can call your grandchild and validate whether the scenario or the situation is legitimate.
Yeah, that is so hard though for a grandparent to do if they hear what is the voice.
Just to hang the phone up.
Their grandchild calling maybe from jail, and is this your one and only phone call? I mean, it's so hard to hang that phone up.
But the other telltale sign is the method of payment. So when a threat actor is calling these folks, the method of payment isn't a standardized method of payment. It will be gift cards, it will be cash, and they'll send a courier to your house to pick it up. It'll be electronic money transfer. A hospital and a police station are never going to go through that sort of payment method. And that's another red flag, I think, for a lot of older people. And the third piece of it is really secrecy. So they don't want you to tell family, they don't want you to reach out and talk to friends about the situation. And that allows them to keep the grandparent on the phone for a longer period of time and really ratchet the anxiety up and fool them into thinking that this payment is legitimate and it will get their grandchild out of the trouble that they're in. And sorry, go ahead.
That's the grandparent scam. What are some other scams we should be aware of?
Well, we're entering World Cup time. So typically what we see with threat actors or cyber criminals is they follow these events. We just came through tax season. You start to see CRA, fake websites, fake emails coming through. The World Cup will be another one where they'll have, fake tickets being sold, fake websites being set up, fake apps to track your favorite teams. They prey on these events that are happening throughout the course of our year, and they tailor their campaigns to make sure that they maximize the amount of people that they can get that obviously are partaking in all of these things.
All right, so knowing all of that, you, our good friends at RBC, you've actually got a resource page that people can go to?
We do. So on our rbc.com website, we have a Be Cyber Aware portal. We track all of the relevant scams that we see, obviously targeting our clients. It's a great resource, certainly for people to go and learn about what threat actors are doing and how to protect themselves.
All right, check it out. Some important information there. Thank you so much, Adam.
Thank you very much for having me.
This portion of the morning show is brought to you by RBC. Visit rbc.com/cyber to learn more.